Welcome, this is Heidi Holycross-Lui at the University of Northern Colorado, and today we're going to be talking about Unit 24, and we're going to discuss how to correctly use infinitives after certain verbs. Let's get started. Alright, so most of you will probably know what an infinitive is, but if you don't, it's the to plus the base form of the verb. So to jump or to walk. Some main verbs can be followed directly by an infinitive. Some main verbs need an object before the infinitive, and some main verbs can be followed by either an infinitive or an object plus an infinitive. We're going to spend some more time talking about each of these in details, so don't worry if you're not quite sure what that means. Okay, so let's look at these two example sentences. Nothing seems to work. I decided not to go. What are the main verbs in these sentences? Go ahead and take a minute and write it down. If your paper says seems and decided, you did a great job. So which words follow the main verbs? Go ahead and write this down as well. We have to work that follows seems and not to go that follows decided. Are these words infinitives or gerunds? Go ahead and look at them carefully and decide. They're infinitives, right? So these verbs take infinitives directly after them. Here we have two more sentences. I advised them to make friends first. I told her to join a club. Go ahead and find the main verbs in these two sentences and write them down. Advise is the main verb in the first sentence, and told is the main verb in the second sentence. Go ahead and try to find the infinitives in these sentences. In these sentences, to make and to join are the infinitives. Do the infinitives come directly after the main verbs, or are there some words in between them? Go ahead and study the sentences and find out. No, the infinitives don't come after the main verbs in this sentence. So try to figure out what comes before the infinitive, but after the main verb in these sentences. Go ahead and pause the video and look at them carefully to decide. In the first sentence, the word them comes between advise and to make, and then the word her comes between told and to join in the second sentence. Them and her are objects of the verb. So from these examples, we can see that some verbs need to have an object after the verb, but before the infinitive. Okay, so we have some more examples here. I would like to make friends. She would like him to date her friend. Go ahead and figure out the main verb in these two sentences. For both of the sentences, the verb would like is the main verb. So let's look carefully at the first sentence. In this sentence, does the infinitive directly follow the main verb? Go ahead and pause and figure it out. Yes, it does follow the main verb. There's nothing in between them. Let's look at the second sentence though. In this sentence, does the infinitive directly follow the main verb? Go ahead and pause and figure out. No, it takes an object, right? The word him is between would like and to date. So here we have an example of verbs that can take an object before the infinitive or not, right? I would like to make friends, no object. She would like him to date her friend. Him is the object. Okay, so here I have some patterns and verbs that follow the patterns along with some examples. So if you look on the left-hand side, the main verb plus the infinitive, all of the verbs in that line, go ahead and take just the main verb and an infinitive. An example is she seems to work hard. For some of them, we have the main verb plus an object plus an infinitive. These verbs in the middle have to have an object. If you don't have an object, the sentence is incorrect. We have an example here. The teacher advised the students to finish their homework. And if you look at the very bottom, we have verbs that can take either pattern, but sometimes they may have different meanings with an object. So go ahead and look carefully at this chart. Thank you so much for listening. This is Heidi Holycross-Lui at the University of Northern Colorado, and I hope you feel more confident using infinitives.